after this election, after that decisive victory, which I do think was a gift to the country, get back to a place where ordinary Americans who might have voted differently amongst their family members or their colleagues or their neighbors to be able to get together at the dinner table and say we're still Americans at the end of this. That's very much Donald Trump's headspace.
I'm not arguing that you should go out there and shun that person, but I am saying that for those who participated in cruel, hateful rhetoric and who plan cruel, hateful policies, it's not really incumbent on us to just tell you that's fine. All right.
Now that the election is over and after years of insulting people, calling people names, etc., MAGA is saying, can't we all just get along? Vivek Ramaswamy is one of these people. He is making the rounds on the political talk shows, asking people to respect and accept Donald Trump. Tim Miller of The Bulwark broke all this down. We're going to take a look at clips of Vivek Ramaswamy and Tim Miller on his show. I will add my thoughts from time to time as well. Let's get into this together.
Hey guys, it's Tim Miller from The Bulwark. There's something that we've been seeing ever since the victory last Tuesday, and that is MAGA leaders demanding that everybody come together. They want to do kumbaya now. Okay, that is the thing that you're hearing from some of Donald Trump's surrogates, that it's time to unite the country and that libs don't need to be mean to them anymore. There are a couple of examples of this that I want to point to, and then I want to go over the flaws of this particular notion that's being put forth. Let's watch Vivek Ramaswamy on Sunday show, ABC's This Week with Jonathan Karl, just yesterday.
In the aftermath, you spent some time with the now president-elect Donald Trump. What's your sense? How is he approaching this transition?
I think he cares about uniting the country. I think that is Donald Trump's number one focus. And I do think we have to get back to a place after this election, after that decisive victory, which I do think was a gift to the country, get back to a place where ordinary Americans who might have voted differently amongst their family members or their colleagues or their neighbors to be able to get together at the dinner table and say we're still Americans at the end of this. That's very much Donald Trump's headspace. He's also learned a lot from that first term, and I think he's going into this second term, even to take to new heights some of the things he wasn't able to accomplish in the first term, which I think is going to be a good thing.
So there it is. There's something you noticed there. He said that family members, neighbors, colleagues, they must respect each other at the dinner table, even if they voted differently last Tuesday. And there's something that you noticed there, which is a demand that people that did not vote for Donald Trump respect people that did. What is missing, though, is any effort to earn that respect, right? It's a very one-way sort of thing. We can run a campaign that demonizes trans folks.
The left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of child abuse.
Demonizes Haitians.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Demonizes migrants.
100% of the jobs that were created went to migrants, not to people.
We can call you the enemy within.
I like here that Donald Trump says they went to migrants, not to people. I mean, think about that. They're not even, in Donald Trump's mind, if someone's a migrant, apparently they're not even human.
We have two enemies. We have the outside enemy, and then we have the enemy from within. And the enemy from within, in my opinion, is more dangerous.
You know, we can insult you and use every cruel word that we can think of. We can call you garbage.
We are going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C., and the trash's name is Kamala Harris.
We can call you idiots and stupid and low IQ.
Low IQ. She's a low IQ individual.
And then when it's over, afterwards, you have to be like, hey, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling me garbage and the enemy of the people and making up lies about how I eat pets. I respect you so much. I would love to have a meal with you right now.
Tim Miller's exactly right about this, this isn't just coming from the politicians and political operatives like Vivek Ramaswamy. You're seeing this all over social media with just, regular people. There were lots of TikToks right after the election with conservatives saying, it's just, I don't know why my friends who don't like Trump or who voted for Kamala Harris are so upset about everything. It's just an election. After not just this election, but years of the MAGA people calling people who disagree with them communists and socialists and Maoists. And of course, they don't understand what any of those words mean, or libtard, or, any other slur and insult that they think they can come up with. And then they're going to say, it's just politics. I don't know what the big deal is. Why won't you still be my friend? I come from a family of teachers. And so I have lots of teachers in my family, obviously, and I know lots of teachers. And they're tired of, so these are just regular people. These aren't political pundits and operatives like Vivek Ramaswamy. And they're tired of not just Donald Trump, but Fox News and all of the right-wing pundits calling them union thugs when they dare to ask for better health insurance and not to have cuts to their health insurance, and saying that they're indoctrinating children and saying all kinds of horrible things about them in terms of the children that they're just trying to teach. And then they have the nerve to say, look, can't we just get along? Can't we just be friends? This isn't that serious. Let's still get together for Thanksgiving dinner, blah, blah, blah.
That's not exactly how life works, Like generally, it is incumbent then upon the person that that issued the insults, that has taken power, to be the one that says, okay, that to offer an olive branch, to take some responsibility, right? Like before comity becomes accountability, right? Like it's not as if Vivek's out there saying, we maybe went overboard, and we want to demonstrate over the next 4 years that we're going to govern for the whole country. We're going to invite you to the table. We're going to put some Democrats in the cabinet. We want to meet in the middle. There's some issues that can we find common ground on trans issues? Can we find common ground on immigration? Can we find common ground on climate? So that we can all sort of, again, rejoin in a society where we debate over the issues, but where we kind of meet in the middle and he's not saying any of that shit. He's not saying any of that shit. He's just saying, you need to accept me. You need to absolve me of my sins. I'm not a priest. Sorry, Vivek, not a priest. I'm not here to absolve. And I'm not here to just kind of have a, get together for a crawfish boil, just tell you everything's going to be okay. I don't think it is. I think that we'll see exactly how this administration plans to govern. I can promise you that I'll be honest about it, that I'll be candid, that I will give credit if you do something good. I can offer you that. That's about all I can offer. I can't offer you absolution, and I certainly can't offer you a pleasant Thanksgiving dinner if you haven't earned it. Again, that's not true of necessarily every voter. I've plenty people in my life that voted for Donald Trump. I don't, people that are nice people that maybe had a misguided. I'm fine with all of that. Like, I agree with all of that. We shouldn't, we shouldn't break society over this. Like, if you have a loved one that voted for Donald Trump, I'm not arguing that you should go out there and shun that person. But I am saying that for those who participated in cruel, hateful rhetoric, and who plan cruel, hateful policies, it's not really incumbent on us to just tell you that's fine. All right.
Couldn't agree more with Tim Miller. I mean, this is exactly the way that it should be, in my opinion. These people that, again, for years have been insulting people, rude to people, and in some cases just downright cruel. And then they're saying, hey, let's just all get along and, let's be respectful and blah, blah, blah. No. I mean, that's bullshit. So Vivek Ramaswamy can shove it, in my opinion. And it's going to be, we're just, at the moment that I'm recording it here in the United States, we're just a couple of weeks away from Thanksgiving. So that's going to be really interesting. I mean, for myself personally, I'm lucky to have cool relatives, and we do all just get along, and we don't have any of these kind of problems. But I feel for people that have to deal with MAGA relatives who probably for years have done nothing but insult them. And now they're demanding to not be cut off from these friends and family members and saying we should all just come together as a country, even though we disagree. And this isn't just disagreeing. You know, a lot of people have said a disagreement can be, we're ordering pizza, you like pepperoni on your pizza, I don't. That's a disagreement. But calling people names, insulting them over and over again, and in a lot of cases, attacking who they are in terms of if they're gay or trans or an immigrant or the type of profession that they have. Those aren't disagreements. And Tim Miller is exactly right about this, I believe. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Are you having people in your lives who are MAGA, who have been just attacking you over and over again for years, and now they don't understand why you don't want to talk to them, you don't want to be friends with them, you don't want to just sing Kumbaya, as Tim Miller is saying here? Let me know in the comments what you think about all this, about Tim Miller, about Vivek Ramaswamy, about the country now suddenly coming together. Make sure to give me a like and subscribe. My channel's growing really quickly. I want to keep growing so I can bring out more content like this. So if you like the content that I create and you haven't subscribed, please do so. This is Chris on Culture, and I will see you in the next video.